Iranians have fired missiles not just on the defense establishments but even in other civilian areas. For instance, in Qatar, there is Al Udeid Air Base on which Iran fired multiple missiles. Especially the reports from IRGC, they claim that they have completely destroyed the AN FPS 132 advanced radar system. This is one of the biggest investments of United States of America at the Al Udeid Air Base. And so the next question is, how long can Iran continue this? Hello and welcome back to UPSC Simplified. I'm quite sure all of you are keeping a keen eye on the developments that are taking place in the West Asian region. The situation has become more tense and volatile in the last 24 hours. You know that on 1st March 2026, a missile hit the office of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei and it was confirmed that he is dead. The Iranian media also confirmed that the supreme leader is dead in the US-Israel attack and they have declared a 40-day mourning period. It was expected that Iran would retaliate it, and they have indeed. They have fired barrage of missiles into Israel and in other Gulf countries which are the partners of United States of America. That means in the Gulf countries, wherever there are defense establishments, defense setups, the Iranians have fired missiles not just on the defense establishments but even in other civilian areas. For instance, in Qatar, there is Al Udeid Air Base on which Iran fired multiple missiles. And you know that in this area, wherever there are establishments, for example, Israel, it has its own air defense system. The US has also installed Patriot missile system, THAAD and multiple layer defense systems at these defense installations. But are these missile defense systems 100% foolproof? Can they stop each and every missile? Can they identify between a missile of high strike capability and a decoy or a cheap 20,000 rupees drone? That's the question, because the air defense systems cannot be 100% secure. You can see here that Iran breaches Israel's Iron Dome, killing one. That means some missiles have hit in Tel Aviv. It is said that Tel Aviv is being continuously bombarded by these missiles. Not just here, in Dubai, near the airbase, near the airport also, there was a missile strike. Near the Burj Khalifa also. In fact, I tried to contact few of my friends who are in Dubai. A student has gone on a college visit and their flight has been delayed. A friend of mine who was supposed to travel on 13th of March to Amsterdam via Dubai, his flight has been delayed indefinitely. So nobody knows till how long the conflict will go. Flights have been disrupted, economy has been disrupted. There has been quite volatility in the stock market. Some of the stock markets like Kuwait, Pakistan, etc., they have closed down trading. Indian stock market has also been down. So in this video lecture, we will understand how long can we expect this volatility to go. How are we going to discuss this? We are going to understand how long can Iran continue? How long can US continue to protect itself through the missile defense system? So this discussion is all about whether the air defense systems are secure. Why are we discussing this? Because recently a news came that Iran strikes AN/FPS 132 early warning system radar system in Qatar. This is one of the biggest investments of United States of America at the Al Udeid Air Base, and some reports have come where, especially the reports from IRGC, they claim that they have completely destroyed the AN/FPS 132 advanced radar system. Although there has been no confirmation from the side of United States of America, but some regional news outlets have also reported that there was a missile strike or a missile hit this particular early warning system. It's a radar, a very advanced radar. Apparently, the investment is up to the tune of $1.1 billion. So if a missile struck this location, once we get a confirmation, we can rely on that news. But if at all the missile struck this early warning system, this radar system, can we really trust the air defense systems now? Let's try to understand. First thing, as I told you, there are news reports where the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has publicly claimed that in their retaliatory strikes, they have completely destroyed the AN/FPS 132 advanced radar facility at the Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar. And in a very powerful attack, they claim it's completely destroyed. It was an early warning system, a very special radar with a large capability. It can give early warning about missiles fired from approximately 5,000 kilometers away. And they can be integrated with the different air defense systems. You do understand there can be multi-layered system, and this was one of the most powerful radars which US had. Multiple regional outlets have also confirmed that the site where you find this radar system, it was hit by a ballistic missile. Again, I'm repeating that these are based on the reports of IRGC and some local news reports. There has been no confirmation from Pentagon, or there has been no statement even from the US administration. So on the basis of this itself, we are trying to understand, can a missile defense system fail? Now you need to understand, first of all, no missile defense system can be 100% secure, and any number of missile defense system, they cannot make your country completely foolproof. Why? Because there is always a possibility. Technology has its limit. One needs to understand that no matter how technological advanced you are, the enemy will find out certain solutions trying to breach your technology or breach your missile defense system, right? So if you look at the earlier Israel and Iran clashes, the Israeli assessment itself tells that they intercepted about 86 to 90% of ballistic missiles, and 99% of drone attacks were intercepted using a layered system. You do understand, Israel has Iron Dome, they have the David Sling arrow, and also US supported or US supplied THAAD as well. So based on this, you can say that there is 10% possibility that missiles may reach the intended target. Say for instance, if 100 missiles are fired from this particular assessment, around 10% of ballistic missile may breach or may not be intercepted by the air defense system. Why this happens? Because you know that there can be different techniques to overwhelm the missile defense system. They can use saturation attacks. Saturation attacks means every missile defense system will have certain limitation that it can engage this number of targets and it can intercept this number of targets. Now you need to understand what exactly is a missile defense system. If you have attended my science and technology class, I always give a very simple and a colloquial example of Ramayana and Mahabharata series. I tell no that, say if there is Ravan will fire one arrow, and that arrow is coming towards Bhagwan Ram, and Bhagwan Ram will take an arrow and he'll also fire a counter arrow, and both those arrows will negate each other. Okay, that's a very simple kind of an explanation, but you do understand a missile defense system, it has to have its own radar to detect where the missile is coming from, detect that particular missile, and once it is in the range of our attack, we will have batteries of launchers, and we also need interceptor missiles. Okay, so once we see that the enemy missile is coming, we'll send our interceptors. And please remember, it's not like if there is one missile coming, we send only one interceptor. You need to understand that's why we say, no, sometimes offense is easier, defense is actually tough. From the enemy perspective, they have fired one missile, but to stop that missile, we need at least 2 to 3 interceptors. I hope you get the complexity here. Okay, that's why, first of all, not 100% secure, and for one enemy missile, you need 2 to 3 interceptor missiles. And how enemy can overwhelm you? By using saturation attacks. Now these days, it's not just about the ballistic missiles. See, enemy can use swarm techniques. This was what we saw during the Operation Sindoor as well. Pakistan used the early swarm techniques where they probably send cheap drones, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 drones along with missiles, etc., just to check the saturation of the system. And once you see how enemy is intercepting, then you can come up with your own extraordinary missiles or the heavy missiles also. And even if one heavy missile strikes an area, it can be devastating. So that way, one needs to understand that a missile defense system is not secure, and if what the IRGC is claiming that they have destroyed the ANFPS 132, that does not mean the air defense system is failing. Okay, so there must have been an air defense system around this particular radar system also, but a missile probably struck it. That doesn't mean the entire air defense system has failed. One needs to understand that US has a very complex tiered structure. I'm not telling that US air defense system has failed completely, because there is a multiple layered air defense system. They have Aegis, they have THAAD, they have Patriot missiles, and they have terminal missiles also. So it's like an imaginary dome of multiple layers. And if one of the layers, or if the missile has entered one layer, there are possibilities of the future layers intercepting it. But despite all these layered structures also, there might be a possibility of these systems failing. That is what we are trying to discuss here. We are trying to understand technological limits of the air defense systems. Okay, so can a missile breach the defense system? Yes, it can breach, and probably it may have breached, destroying the radar. Let's wait for the confirmed news as well. Okay, now question comes, okay sir, I understand that US has their own air defense systems around the infrastructure or around the defense installations that they have, say in Qatar, in Jordan, in UAE, in Dubai, everywhere. And you know that Israel right now, pardon me, Iran right now is retaliating, and they are firing even at the civilian areas where they might not be in the range of defense systems. Okay, just to give you an idea. Now question is, how long can Iran continue this? Why we want to answer this question is we need to estimate what is going to happen in the next few days, or rather next few weeks, because the conflict has come into that particular area where Iran is retaliating and they are firing barrage of missiles towards Israel and other Gulf countries, and US and Israel are defending. If you look at certain numbers, according to US CENTCOM, now this data is from 2023, Iran has over 3,000 ballistic missiles and separate cruise missiles and drone inventory. That is the US estimate. But Israeli officials highlight that half of Iran's missile stockpile was destroyed in 2025 strikes. Last year also, you know that Israel and US struck certain areas in Iran, and Israel claimed that half of Iran's missiles are not present. That means Iran has roughly 1,500 missiles and around 200 launches for this. Now, if we go by these numbers, again, none of these numbers I can say that are final numbers, because no country discloses the actual firepower that they have. Everybody wants to have that surprise element. But these are certain numbers based on the intelligence reports from US CENTCOM and Israeli officials' statements. Now, if we look at Iran's strategy, right, Iran's main tools for prolonging the conflict would be their missiles. So whatever missiles they have, their drone industry or the number of drones that they have are also quite decent, their cyber operations and the proxies. If you look at proxies, they have Hezbollah, they have Katlaib Hezbollah, Iraqi militia, Houthis, but they have also been weakened, or they are also at their weakest at this point of time. So if we look at the escalation, Iran might continue for several weeks from here. Even after suffering losses, Iran's missile force, it is quite vast and layered, and they have different missiles like Fateh, Zulfagar, Desful, Kebar Shakan, Sejil, and the range is also from about 300 kilometers to 2,000 kilometers. And if we look at the past conflicts that Iran has gone through, they can continue for months, if not for weeks, for months, without entering into a full conventional war. And during this period, can the opposite party, that is US and Iran, defend themselves? Now, if we look at how long can US missile defense protect them, even with a very high success rate of missile defense system, if Iran uses the swarm techniques, decoys, low-cost drones, and overwhelm or saturate the missile defense system, some missiles can enter and hit. Just like we saw certain numbers that some missiles have hit Tel Aviv. Again, reports are coming that a radar has been destroyed by Iranian missile. So if we look at these numbers, even US and the allies, Israel also, their interceptor stocks have also become quite low. And according to security analysts, US, Israel and Gulf interceptor missiles, they can come under serious strain, especially because of back-to-back conflicts. We have seen attacks last year also, this year also, and everything now boils down to the endurance of US and their defense systems, especially their interceptor resupply. As I told you, the number of missiles that Iran have, the interceptor missiles would be or needed would be almost 2 to 4 times. And if the interceptor missile stock is low, then these air defense systems may also fail. So we are looking at higher escalation at least for the next few days, or probably for next few weeks. And if we look at the statements, especially from the IRGC officials, they have claimed that till now the missiles and the firepower that they have used are not even of the highest quality, or not even of that highest destructive capability. They have said that we have used our low capability missiles now, and will show US what our true capability is in the upcoming days, in the upcoming months. After this statement, even US President has put a post on Truth Social saying that if Iran continues with this, or if Iran goes for more destructive power, US will take such action that that probably Iran would be annihilated, or again the destruction would be much higher. So let's wait and watch how this tricky phase of conflict goes on, because Iran is right now in the retaliation mode because of the death of Ayatollah Khamenei, and things are going to escalate further in the upcoming days. We'll keep a track on that. If there is any development on these, we'll have a discussion on UPSC Simplified. But before I conclude the discussion, there is a small practice question for all of you. That is, drone swarms are emerging as a major challenge to the traditional air and missile defense system. Comment on this particular statement in 150 words. It will be a very good practice for you, because this entire discussion is all about the limits of technology. No matter how technologically advanced a country is, technology will have its own loopholes, because in war, the enemies will come up with certain strategy to find loopholes in that technology, and that is what we have seen here in the US-Israel versus Iran conflict as well. Right. With that note, let me conclude the discussion. And if you have any queries, any doubts, if you want to connect with me, you can always reach out to my number. This is my number, 8841222262. You can directly drop a message. And if you're preparing for UPSC Civil Service examination, do check out this particular Telegram channel at the rate Rahul Sai 222_UPSC, where you will get all the updates of my videos, and also everyday MCQ practice goes on there. So check it out. I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe and stick to your schedule. Jai Hind.